So the big news in the market today, Janet Yellen went to D.C. and did not move the needle on Wall Street as her doublespeak actually underscored her credibility problem. Plus, she's talking about negative bond yields. And then, of course, last night in New Hampshire, they spoke loud and clear to voters are demanding a better economy. But here's the thing. They can't make up their mind if it's going to be capitalism or socialism. Let's bring in Shah Gilani. Shah, first with this whole thing today, Yellen goes to D.C. and the market goes down.
It started to go up because the anticipation was she'd be extremely dovish, which in fact she was. And I think then the realization was, where is the Federal Reserve really going to go? If they're actually talking about negative rates, things must be pretty bad, so the market sold off on account of that.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a moment. Germany has some negative rates. Japan earlier this week went to negative rates. For the audience who doesn't quite understand, for the regular person, what does negative rates, when these governments are selling bonds with negative rates, what are they doing?
Well, in terms of the bond market, there's different ways of going about getting negative rates. But in terms of the bonds, that means that they bid up the price of bonds so much because they're buying them, the central banks are buying them, that the prices go up so much that the yield falls so much that the actual return on the bond is negative.
Essentially, you're paying someone to hold your money for you.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I think in America they call that loan sharking or something like that. So then let's talk about last night then, because you think that there was a major economic story, narrative to the whole thing and the way the votes came out.
Well, I think that the public is speaking in terms of supporting Bernie. The money and the small donations, I think, speaks to the fact that the public they believe he has something to say. And it's a populist, message to be sure, and it's socialist, for the most part, pretty much. But I don't know that the markets understand either one of them, and neither one of them have a really cohesive economic plan for the country.
But if you were to take $5 million and divide it by 34 bucks, that's a lot of people.
Yes.
And I think it sort of echoes and mirrors the millions of people that have dropped out of the job market. The unemployment rate is down for a reason. So when we start to think about this and we think, wow, this many people have given up on the American dream. So they're just saying, listen, for them, capitalism does not work. So they're not going to hit the bricks. They're not going to look for a job. That works really well in his favor. How do we turn that around? Who articulates the message that, you know what, no, go out there, get a job no matter what it is, work your way up because the opportunities are going to be there?
Well, I would like to see Donald Trump, I'd like to see the Republican Party put that message forward. I think that's a message that has to be put forward. I don't see them creating a clear, cohesive message that the public can grasp. But that's what's actually needed from the Republican Party to combat the socialist movement.
Well, so far, Trump has been able to do it to a greater point. And, of course, he's got the resume. People know he's been extraordinarily successful, and they're going to jump on the Trump train or the Bernie train right now. And I got to tell you, two completely different trains, both all pretty crowded.
Probably both going off the tracks.
Thanks, Shaw.